everybody. So today we're going to do an Appalachian spring staple. We're going to do fried ramps and taters, but we're going to do it my way. So we're going to go ahead and cook up some bacon here. We're going to take it and we're going to cut it in half. Go ahead and fry it up. We're going to need the grease to fry the taters. We're going to put some onion in it. It's going to have just a little bit of pepper, some salt. Basically, we're going to spice it up. But really, the only thing is garlic, onion, ramps, bacon, and a good russet potato. But you want to get as much starch out of these potatoes as you possibly can. So rinse them a few times, squeeze as much water out of them as you can get. Otherwise, they're going to get kind of soggy. We're going to try to avoid that. All right, so let's get to cutting up some of this bacon. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take this pack of bacon here. We're going to just cut it this way. And if you notice, we're using our Pampered Chef knife with our Pampered Chef cutting boards here, our flexible cutting boards. Now these knives right here, they are the ones that they just discontinued. They have a new series that's coming out. Haven't used them yet. My wife, she uses them. But we're just gonna take this bacon and do that to it. Now, nothing says that you have to use all 2 pounds of this bacon to put in your taters, but we're at least going to use probably 1.5 pounds. So we'll probably take this, and we'll probably take this piece, go ahead and fry it up and leave it as a half and just eat it on the side. All right, guys and girls. So as you can see, we finished cooking up our bacon, and we're just gonna put a rough chop, like a really rough chop on this. That way, when we put it in our potatoes, you'll still get big chunks of bacon, because we're gonna have some deer meat with this. I'm not gonna do a video on that today, but we're just gonna do this staple here. Now, in Appalachia, all over Appalachia, especially in West Virginia where I'm from, everybody does this different. You know, we're from the area that has the Feast of the Ramesson, and they cook theirs different too. This is This is actually one that I come up with at deer camp when I was about 15 years old, I guess, somewhere in that neighborhood. Most people just make fried potatoes, and after they fry their potatoes, they don't put bacon in it, they put bacon on the side. So what I done was I done the bacon just like this. I set it off to the side, and then I started doing sauteed onions and garlic, fresh garlic, and mine. And wow, it just takes it to a whole nother level. So what we've done here is we've took one about medium-sized yellow onion, and we've done a medium to fine chop on it. We're gonna go ahead and saute this off in a little bit of bacon grease, just till they start to turn translucent, because they're gonna cook a little bit longer once we add them back into the potatoes. But they'll go in, the order would be the potatoes till basically done. The onions will go back in because they're pretty much cooked. We're just heating them back up. The ramps will go in at the same time the onions do, because those ramps, we're basically steaming them down. And then we're gonna go ahead and put our bacon in right at the very end. And that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple recipe. So let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit. What we got going here is, it's been a staple, I'm telling you, in Appalachia for a long time. So if you've never had a ramp, I'll give you a little idea of what they are. So they're a mix between like an onion and a leek. You can dig them when they're like this big, all the way up to when they're like this tall, depending on how much you like the green. So when they're little, they're hot. We call them hot. They're very, they almost got like a horseradish heat to them, sorta. Then the bigger they get, the bigger the greens get, the more mild it becomes. And the greens, like for me, my favorite part is the greens. Once they get big enough, I don't think the root has any flavor anymore, or the bulb. They've got a little bulb on the bottom. I like them when they're little. I like to take them out. If you're on a creek bank doing a little fishing, take you a small bag of potatoes with you, maybe a little onion, and you cook these things up right on the creek bank while you're fishing. If you catch a fish, you can just go ahead and throw them in the fire too. Really good that way. A lot of people, especially my uncle, like I have an uncle, one of his favorite things in the world was bologna with American Whip and ramps. Like just straight out of the ground, skin them off, clean them, throw them on a sandwich and eat them just like that. It's up to you. Like some people, like we have brown beans going inside. Some people put them in their beans. Some people put them in their scrambled eggs. It's however you like them. But like these things they grow wild. And you can only get them for a very short time period in the spring. So they're considered a delicacy in some parts of the world. For us, it's just something that it's like deer season. You go and you get your deer, and there's a lot amount of time in the fall that you can kill one. There's just a small time frame in Appalachia in the springtime where you can dig these things, and you can can them, you can freeze them. There's all kinds of things you can do with them. There's people that dry them and make a powder out of them. But it is an acquired taste. I think you got to like them, or there's either you like them or you don't. So we'll see at the end. I got some friends coming over that absolutely love them. We'll see if they like the way I cook them. So just, if you never tried them, try it. Find some, they're very expensive to buy if you don't get them from like a local place in Appalachia. Like here where I'm at, North Carolina, you can drive like just about an hour north and you can pick some up. They're still expensive because it's kind of a, we'll call it a bougie area. You can go right outside that bougie area and you could probably get them from the locals for a little bit cheaper. But we go to West Virginia and we dig our own, or we have somebody that digs them for one of our ramp dinners, and if there's any left, we buy them from him. So that's what we do. All right, guys and girls, we're back here. So what we've done is we've taken these potatoes and they've been rinsed about 4 times now. They just got a hand slice on them here. The wife done it, peeled it, all that, and they've been laid out and dried. So we got these as dry as we can get them. We want to get a crust on these things. Basically like a French fry. A little bit of golden brown on the outside, a little tender on the inside. Cook these down, we're gonna do it in 2 batches. The other batch is inside getting dried down right now. So let's put these things in that bacon grease and get these things to start cooking. So if you can tell here, we've had these things on for about, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. We're gonna go ahead, normally I add real garlic, but we're gonna go ahead and add some granulated garlic because I did not know that I didn't have any. We'll put a little garlic powder in there. We're gonna put some coarse black pepper because I love coarse ground pepper, and you can put as much or as little as you want. I love it. So I want to make it a little bit more coarse pepper than normal. And I put just a little pinch of salt in there just for the cooking process. Get that stirred up real good. Look at that. I'm telling you right now, these are going to be pretty good. Now, if you notice, I used the back of this spatula. This is a commercial grade spatula, so it's pretty sharp. Works really well to get to them if you use the back. If you use the front too much, it wants to cut them in half. And we want to try to keep these potatoes as whole as we possibly can. We're going to add just a little bit more bacon grease, just a little bit, because I'm not a huge fan of the way this is cooking down. Starting to get just a little bit of sticking going on here, and that's okay. The next batch we won't pour as much water out of because we want a little bit of steaming going on here too. Unfortunately, we can't turn it down too low because the wind is so bad it's trying to put it out. So we're not going to turn them down real low. If need be, we'll just take them off the center, kind of put them around the edges and let them steam themselves. Good thing about this burner is it's sitting right smack in the middle, you know. So we're going to leave it like that for a minute. So we've given it another few minutes here. Let's go ahead and pull this thing off there and take a look again. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They look good, they smell better than they look, I'm telling you. Pretty good taters right here. Look at that. That is a beautiful potato. All right, let's get these ones off and in the bowl. and get the next set on. So now we've got our ramps putting in here. We're gonna break them up a little bit. We got just a little bit of bacon grease in this unit. We're gonna get these wilted down just a little bit, get some of the water off of them. All right, so what we've done, we've taken these in the house, we've run them through the collar and got most of the water out of them, and we're just gonna let them sit here just a little bit longer. I wanna try to firm the bottom up just a little bit, not much, just a little bit now that we've wilted them down. We've still got just a little bit of bacon grease on them, so it should work pretty good that they just come right back the way they're supposed to be and get a little bit of texture to them. So what we've done now is we went ahead and took that bacon and put it back in there. We're just gonna warm that bacon up, and then we're gonna put it in the potatoes, stir it up, and then we're gonna go to cooking some deer meat. So we've put it all back together. We put it all back in this Pampered Chef bowl, and we'll let you guys see what it looks like. Boys and girls, that is a lovely batch of fried taters and rams. So go home, try it, let me know what you think. Y'all have a good evening.